Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Thoughtful Thursday. I am your host, Jack Randall. Hey, each week I try and bust my buttons to bring you practical tips, tools, and insights to help you pursue your calling with a passion, to find new joy, meaning, and fulfillment in life. First off, I want to thank everybody for all the liking, sharing, and commenting on, clicking on, and subscribing to my weekly episodes. Your feedback and supportive comments have been so encouraging, and I just want to thank you, each one. It's been great. Please continue to spread the word about my content to others who may be interested as they pursue their calling. Just a minute. Oh, man. Prop for another session, but not, at least I got that taken care of. Hey, my calling is to help others such as you discover, understand, and actively pursue God's unique calling for you and your individual role as a leader. So my strategies to help you is twofold. First of all, to provide tips, tools, and insights like I talk about each and every week. And second of all, to get you to think and focus on your calling. So provide tips, tools, and insights and get you to think and focus. This week I want to help you to think and focus about your calling. That's why I've entitled today's session as Discover, Understand, and Pursue. Just 3 words: discover, understand, and pursue. Each of those 3 verbs describe various logical action stages you're taking toward your calling. They each indicate that an action is being taken, okay? So you're following with me? They're all action verbs here. So I want to ask you 4 simple questions to ask yourself today. Here's my challenge to you. First off, what are you doing about your interest in your calling? Now, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I would bet this probably isn't the first time you've heard my content or others' thoughts on the topic of your calling. You probably have listened before, and you already have an interest in pursuing your calling, and that's why you're back to hear more. I'll bet you that's why. Because if you didn't have any interest, you'd have already tuned me out. Therefore, I'm assuming you already have an interest in pursuing your calling. So back to that question, interest is one thing, but what are you actually doing about your interest in your calling? So in other words, your actions help you progress. Your intentions don't. Your actions help you progress. Your intentions don't. Number 2 question: what's holding you back from pursuing your calling? Or what choices are you making that hold yourself back? What are those? Those are your choices, is what they are. Number 3 question: if your calling is tied to your true inner feelings, passions, and convictions, do the answers you gave above make sense? Because they are your answers, or after further thought, are they really your excuses? So, question number 4, what changes do you need to make your calling a priority for you? In other words, when you're done, the answers that you come up with would be a listing of your priorities. Are your priorities in the right place? By answering your calling, in other words, to understand, discover, and pursue, because they're your responsibility, they're not somebody else's. Nothing will happen with regard to your calling unless you act. That's my point here today. Tony Robbins has a quote, and he says it this way: if you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it's possible. But if you schedule it, it's real. Now that's his quote. I might tweak his quote a little bit as it applies to your calling and say it this way: if you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it's possible. But only if you act on it, it's real. There's a big difference there. It's your responsibility. Hey, after you think about those questions and as you come up with answers to those questions, let me know what you came up with. I would love to hear your responses. Those responses may help with content for my future episodes. Matter of fact, let me know by emailing me at this email address, jack@windmillleadership.com. Remember, if you know your maker, the best is yet to come. Catch you next week. Take care.